Hey, good news! Am I gonna start updating the Last of Us audiobook podcast feed more often? No! That's not the good news. The good news is after 4 years of COVID lockdown in my hometown, I finally went out traveling again. So I've been to Japan, I used my entire 90-day visa. Then I headed over to South Korea, and it turns out for some reason Canadians get a 6-month visitor visa. Everybody else gets the normal 3 months. I don't know why that's the case, but I was like, I'll take it. And I'm glad I did because it turns out, I had no idea, but Seoul, South Korea in the winter, it's not the best idea because the pollution is much, much worse than I expected. It's a little rough. But since I had such, it's more than a little rough, it's very rough. But since I had such a long visitor visa, I managed to wait that out, and then I went to Busan in the spring and it was very nice, and now it's summer and I'm at a place called Jeju Island and it's just fucking awesome. Right now I'm just looking out at the ocean, and there's like there's an island out in the water. Everything around here feels like Breath of the Wild. It's wild shit, man. It's fucking excellent. It's really, really good. But anyway, while I was walking around South Korea, I was just listening to random music and some video game music came on. And since I like to do one episode of the Last of Us book and then an episode of just something else vaguely video game related, I was like, let's do something about video game music. So I got some different categories. There might be a little mini series of these, but this time we have original songs that were featured in video games. How have I got these arranged? It's not exactly chronological, but sort of vaguely. Anyway, we're going to start off with Shootaz, the theme song from Grand Theft Auto 2, which is called Joyride. So I loved Grand Theft Auto 1. I was obsessed with it. All my friends were, but we didn't have the actual game. We just had the demo with a little patch that took out the timer, so you could only play the first level. And it's kind of a shame I never got my hands on the full game back then, because I think I would have played the crap out of it. But even just that one level was super fun. And it was a top-down game back then. But it still was surprisingly, that was one of the first games where you needed a graphics card for the little 3D top view buildings and stuff. I remember that seemed so weird at the time. It's a 2D game, basically. It's top-down, and you need a graphics card. The other game, I guess, around that time, I think it was Quake 3, where they were like, no more of this shit. You need a graphics card. Stop fucking around. But then I jumped straight to Grand Theft Auto 3, and Grand Theft Auto 3, of course, blew my fucking mind, just like it did everyone else, where I was like, holy crap. I was like, is this really going to work? Grand Theft Auto in 3D? But it really was. It was Grand Theft Auto in 3D. And so much more that literally revolutionary. One of the watershed games in the history of video games. It changed everything. Grand Theft Auto 3 was so incredible that I bought a PlayStation 2 really just for it. I was dragging my feet a bit on the PlayStation 2, but me and my friends split on one, and then I was like, I'd only gotten to play Grand Theft Auto 3. I played it at my job. I used to work at a comic shop, and somebody brought in Grand Theft Auto and a PlayStation, and we hooked it up to the TV, and I got in trouble because somebody ratted on me that I was playing video games at work. But it was worth it. That game is insane. But I only played it that one afternoon. So even after I got the PlayStation 2, I was like, now, am I sure about this? Is GTA 3 really that good? So I rented it. That was still the days when you could rent a game. And yeah, I rented it, and it was incredible. So I went out and bought it. It's like, this game is so fucking good. Then we played that so much, the disc started getting scratched and stuff. So I took it to the video store, and they had a thing where they could resurface a DVD. So I paid a few bucks for them to do whatever they did, and it worked. It made my Grand Theft Auto 3 work again. Totally insane. So yeah, I only played Grand Theft Auto 2 afterward. I just got it from a thrift store somewhere in between. It's probably around the time San Andreas came out. So I didn't play it a ton, and it was actually kind of weird because it just didn't fall into the sweet spot that 1 or 3 fell into. 1 was a really revolutionary fun game. 3 was a revolutionary mind-blowing game. 2 was like 1 but confusing and complicated. It was semi-futuristic, and it had all of this gang warfare, turf stuff going on. And it just didn't have that simple, fun feeling of the first game. So actually, I'd say Grand Theft Auto 2, not my favorite, but the theme song, Joyride, oh my God. So fucking good. NoClip did a documentary about DMA designs in the old Grand Theft Autos, and there's a section about the music. And the guy who made the music, I'm pretty sure it was Grand Theft Auto 2 this song was from, right? Maybe it was from part 1 and I just didn't have it because I had the demo. If so, then that whole rant was about nothing. But I remember they talked about the guy who was involved in making the music for those Grand Theft Auto games. The dude who raps on this song, he was like a local, British rap guy. And they were like, hey man, you just come in and fucking lay down some bars on this fucking music we got. And yeah, I love this song. This song is the best thing about Grand Theft Auto 2. I say, assuming it's actually from Grand Theft Auto 2. Anyway, that's enough introductory rambling. Let's listen, shall we? The Shootaz. Let's go for a joyride.
Good shot, kid. I think you got him. Good shot, kid. I think you got him.
Downtown, speeding all around. The Nike 47 got the power and it's bound to move any mother that gets in the way. Just another power machine on the freeway. Riding with me is my MC homeboy. Knowing the rules ain't part of his program. Finding the right way around this map might be pretty hard cause he's fucked on crack. G, Grand Theft Auto. You gotta make a mark and move where you want to. T, that determination to steal what you can and run from the nation. Hey, what do you say? We automate a secret to speed from our getaway. Take it to the edge, there's nowhere to hide, and call up the boys. Let's go for the joyride. Let's go for the joyride. The violence from the police and what my dad used to say, but now he's deceased. He got caught in a jam, threw in the can when the cops were up and said he killed another man. Cheap knowledge was my main game, to figure out the law, to figure out the frame. Just when I thought I knew justice, I got on me said, you just been busted. Don't fuck with me. Grand Theft Auto, you gotta make a mark and move where you want to. That determination to steal what you can and run from the nation. Hey, what do you say? We automate a secret to speed from our getaway. Take it to the edge, there's nowhere to hide, and call up the boys. Let's go for the joyride. Let's go for the joyride. The violence from the police and what my dad used to say, but now he's deceased. He got caught in a jam, threw in the can when the cops were up and said he killed another man. Cheap knowledge was my main game, to figure out the law, to figure out the frame. Just when I thought I knew justice, I got on me said, you just been busted. Don't fuck with me.
It's kind of funny in that song when he's like, LAPD, SFPD, NYPD, don't fuck with me. Because it's like, bitch, you even play Grand Theft Auto? That's not what the cities are called. It should have been LSPD, LCPD, VPD, VCPD. Anyway, that's fucking awesome. I love that song. I've listened to that song like fucking 1,000 times just over the years. It's always just every time I get a new phone or a new computer or a new whatever, it's just like, oh, let's just go grab that song. Throw it in the mix. So good. But next up, I got an early music game because I don't know the whole history of music games, but obviously it really exploded with, Guitar Hero. Before then, it was a pretty rare, uncommon thing. But I guess the first real thing was like Parappa the Rapper. We'll get into that though right after this. But this is Bust a Groove, which if I remember right, it's called Bust a Move in Japan. But we had some kind of whack-ass fucking Bubble Bobble side game called Bust a Move, like a puzzle game. So they had to change the name to Bust a Groove in America. And there's all kinds of weird shit, man. If you listen to the Japanese version of this soundtrack versus the American one, they changed so many weird little things. I think to like, I remember there's this one character who's like a big fat American guy who loves hamburgers. And they fucked his song in the ass, I think because it mentioned McDonald's and stuff, and they didn't want to mention the real places. Shut up, bird. Christ. It's too nice around here. It's like fucking King's Quest V, these chatty fucking animals everywhere. But yeah, there's some songs from this game that really stick in my mind. I remember I liked this game well enough, but I don't totally remember how it worked anymore. I seem to remember it being pretty forgiving. It wasn't like, some kind of bit trip fucking runner shit where you fuck up and you're just dead. I think it was more just points, and you just had to kind of vaguely keep on beat. I was always pretty good at music games. I learned early on, though, it's better not to look at the screen. The screen will throw you off and fuck you over. You really got to just like know what button you're supposed to press, then look away from the screen and just press the button when you feel like you should press it. Use the sound, not the visuals, but you need some visuals because you got to know what you're pressing. But I was always pretty good at rhythm games, and yeah, I played this game a bunch. There was a sequel too, which I never played. But yeah, there's some songs that really stood out in this game for me. Fly Into Your Soul was really cool. I mean, they're all good in their own stupid ways. But the one that really stuck with me, it's Shorty and the Easy Mouse. It's like you can never really predict, like why this song, this style, this particular character. None of this seems like something I would be into. It's just this like little kid who her friend is a mouse. Like I really don't remember. I should just watch a playthrough of this game. I think I'm going to do that when I get home because it's been so many years. It'll bring back so many memories. I've been keeping the memory alive just with the soundtrack. Oh, maybe you can hear. There's this fancy pants waterfall near here. Can you hear that? Where you actually got to pay $2 and get a ticket to go down and stand by the waterfall, which I did the other day and it's all right. But now I'm walking past the top of the waterfall. And Jeju Island's a pretty difficult to parse place, I guess you could say, where it's this beautiful tropical island with still some minor pollution issues just because it's part of South Korea. It's just how it is around here. But stuff like these beautiful waterfalls, there's a couple of them near here, and I'm in Seguapo. And at first I was just like, oh, beautiful. But then I started researching a little more, and just such creepy stuff of like, oh yeah, this is the beautiful waterfall. By the way, during Japanese occupation, this is where they would round up people to fucking kill, because it was just a lot easier to toss them in the fucking ocean after we killed them. And then after the Japanese left, the mainland Koreans, guess all the shit they did to us. Look at all this. It's like, god damn. It's like there's a serious blood-soaked history going on here. I'm not gonna lie, I was happier before I knew that, but because I'm just some foreign tourist idiot. I can't do anything about the past. But hey, I know now. I mean, it's not bad to know. Spread the word at least. At least I can do that. The atrocities of Jeju Island. Spread it through my fucking obscure podcast about a weird book I wrote. But anyway, back to Bust a Move. So, Shorty and the Easy Mouse. I can't really put my finger on exactly why I love this song so much, but it's indisputably my favorite song. Like, it's not even close. It's absolutely my favorite song. And this is also a case where they got an American singer to re-record it. And I like the American version better than the Japanese version because I just like the tone of it. The Japanese one, it's the same song, but the American one just adds this nice little flair of, I don't know, it's so weird because this song is like, it's not, it's like cool in a weird way. It really is like, this is what an 8-year-old girl would think is cool. The lyrics are like, Mom, you're always trying to hold me down. You're saying I'm moving around too much and I'm being too rambunctious, but I gotta move, I gotta dance. I'm at the age where I'll do what I want to. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Just imagine that sentiment if you're a tiny child who just got back home from dance class and your mom's telling you to chill out and you're like, fuck no, Mom, I gotta dance. She's worried I'll break something, but I'm at the age where I'll do what I wanna do. I know I'm your baby, like you keep saying. I wanna be free, don't treat me like a child. I'm always changing as I get older, ever the same. Shorty and the easy mouse. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. I'm always changing, forever the same. Make up your fucking mind, kid. This kid is driving her mom nuts. But this song is so good, man. It's so fucking good. Shorty and the Easy Mouse from Bust a Move. PlayStation 1 classic. I suppose that's, that's not a coincidence, right? That music games only really started coming to the fore once we had CD technology. Not gonna get this shit on the fucking Nintendo 64. You need the new tech for the sweet tunes. All right, Shorty and the Easy Mouse. Wow, I'm at the top of the waterfall now. I didn't know you could actually come down here. I found a little path that you're clearly not supposed to go down. I'm still about, 20 feet back, but some fucking guy in front of me wearing like flip-flops. Some Asian dude, maybe he's a local, I don't know. He walked all the way down to the very edge. He could do a Lara Croft fucking cliff dive right now. Must be weird if you're one of the people who paid $2 to be down at the bottom looking, and you look up and there's a fucking guy there. Anyway, I'm not going down there. Actually slipped even just coming down here. Scraped myself up pretty good. Fuck! Oh, that's a barbed wire fence. Jesus, yeah, I'm definitely not supposed to be here. At least if I'm gonna trip on something, at least it was barbed wire. That's kind of acceptable, right? Fuck. Nice try, barbed wire. Can't stop. Well, you did sort of stop me. All right, next up. Now I'm just gonna walk along the river, upriver from the waterfall. Man, my big plan, my cultural, hey, let's appreciate South Korea while I'm here. My big plan is to walk to KFC to get dinner. But they do have a Korea-only thing here. Did you ever think when you were a kid, like, man, I wish KFC just sold the chicken skin by itself? That'd be so good. They fucking do that here. You can buy it, but it's gross. It's actually terrible. But they got it here. But am I gonna go in KFC and be all covered in mud and dirt from falling down? Whatever. I'll find a washroom somewhere, clean myself up, try to finish my goddamn uncharted bushwhacking adventures. So, all right, next up, Parappa the Rapper probably is, if you had to pick, you know, the grandfather of music games. Not that there never was one before. I was always curious about that game Loom. Didn't Loom somehow use music? The LucasArts adventure game? I don't know, I never had Loom. But anyway, Parappa is the first time I really remember a music game really being famous. And this was at the time when Sony was really taking chances and making some weird stuff. Mr. Mosquito, I don't know that that was technically a Sony game, but I guess I just mean PlayStation 1. There was some very weird games on PlayStation 1 that you just, I guess games are just too expensive now. You can't afford. I mean, nowadays, I like PlayStation games, but you know, it's like almost a joke how they're all over-the-shoulder, third-person action-adventure. Not back then. They made tons of weird shit, and they promoted it. Like Parappa was on TV and stuff. And it's a little flat cartoon dog and his animal friends, and he gets into various little silly mishaps, like he's got to learn how to drive, or he's got to wait in line to use the washroom, and he gets through these trials and tribulations through call and response rapping. It was this American guy named Rodney Greenblatt that worked on it, so it actually had English stuff in it. So it was this nice mix of, like, it was quite accessible to a North American, but it still had plenty of Japanese weirdness to it. As a game, though, a little suspect. It was either the easiest thing you ever played or the most impossible thing you ever played. Because even if your rhythm was dead on, I mean, I don't know, it just didn't matter. Parappa was weird as hell. Maybe my rhythm's just not as good as I think it is. But you just get stuck at these levels forever. There's only like 6 levels. And you just have a lucky run and suddenly you're all right. And if you freestyled and went off book, sometimes it worked great, sometimes it didn't. It was just a mess. It was just a goddamn mess as a game. And I heard that nowadays, without CRT televisions, it can be really fucked up too trying to play it, but I don't know. I don't know about all that. To me, the sequel, Jammer Lammy, was an improvement in every single way. Because instead of this weird rapping mechanic, it really was like Proto Guitar Hero. Instead, the person would sing, and Lammy the Lamb would play back on her guitar. So it just made a lot more sense. Like, some of the shit coming out of Parappa's mouth, even the quote-unquote proper way to do it, did not sound good. Where if you play Jammer Lammy properly, it does sound good. And if you do go off script and you start like freestyling, it just makes a lot more sense. It, you know, it's logical. It's like a guitar solo. It's not just Parappa fucking mumbling out weird shit. And then if you really did miss the rapper stuff, there was like a mode B, a second playthrough, where you could redo these songs with Parappa if that was your thing. So it also had all this extra stuff. But this was the case too, where they did make a sequel, Parappa 2, and I never played it. And that was the end of the franchise. But Jammer Lammy, really fucking wonderful. And both these games had a bunch of good songs and some real stinkers. Occasionally they'd have a song that is just miserable. But the one song, again, like my favorite, is not close. This song is my favorite by like a long fucking shot. And again, I just come back to it. Like, even if I wasn't in the mood to just listen to a bunch of Parappa Jammer Lammy stuff, I would just listen to this song by itself, just as a song, because I love it so much. It's level 2 of Jammer Lammy, the Lammy version of Fire Fire, where she gets stopped because there's a burning building and the firemen are understaffed or something. They're like, quick, help us out. Grab this hose. So she imagines in her mind that the hose is a guitar. And by playing guitar, she sprays water on the house to save people from the burning building. And I just love this song because it's so fucking catchy. Hold the hose real tight and get ready for a real fight. Having fun, I've been doing this years. Let me tell you a little something with the funk.
Fire from the pizza store downstairs has the crispy on the cheese, and it's smelling good, sir. I'm gonna block all the roads.
Please let me through. I'm in a hurry.
A hurry? Back off! You're in the way!
My baby is still inside! Somebody do something! Excuse me, I'm like in a hurry. Can you let me through?
You're in a hurry? Help us put the fire out there!
Me? Help put out the fire?
Dojo, casino, it's all in the mind.
Yeah, that's right. My guitar's in my mind. Leave it to Lammy.
Let's get on! Fight the fire, come on now! We gotta put it out quick! That's what I'm talking about! Hold the hose real tight and get ready for a real fight! Give these people a show and we'll show them something that's right! I've been doing this for years, let me tell you a little something. It's a bit of a rush and a bit of a dash. Put it on the fire, feel good. Put it on cold and feel good. If you don't think you're the one, fireman's daily work can't be done. We be on the road, putting on the show, letting people know we're like no other. Put it over here and over there, so the fire won't spread and go no further. Hold real tight and get ready for a real fight. Give these people a show and we'll show them something that's right. I've been doing this for years, let me tell you a little something. It's a bit of a rush and a bit of a dash. Put it on the fire, feel good. Put it out for them, feel good. If you don't think you're the one, fireman's daily work can't be done. Let's get on, let's get on. Where's the fire? It's out now. Time for lunch, let's go out. Okay, that was pretty good. You can go through now.
Okay, gotta move on.
All right, now let's switch it up a bit and move forward in time quite a bit. So talking about Grand Theft Auto, obviously one of the things that became famous in those games was the radio. Grand Theft Auto 3, it was like weird stock music. It didn't really stand out that much, but the radio stations were really good. But then they started, licensing music. Vice City had this like 8 fucking CD box set you could buy of all the different music. So there's all kinds of cool songs from licensed soundtracks, that started popping up all over the place. But the one, if I had to just pick one, actually 2, I suppose. If I had to just pick 2, the first one would be from Saints Row 4. So Saints Row, I never played the first one, but I heard it was a pretty uninspired Grand Theft Auto clone. And then with Saints Row 2, they got real wacky with it, but I had a lot of problems with that game. I don't know, that game, it was weird. It was weird to go back and play that and Red Faction Guerrilla and see this like parallel development going on with those games. But anyway, Saints Row 3, I feel like that's when they finally started really nailing it. They really just were like, here, let's just make a fun Grand Theft Auto game. Oh, I just realized both these radio station songs I'm gonna play are from Grand Theft Auto clones. This was in the Grand Theft Auto 4 period when Grand Theft Auto was not fun anymore. Man, Grand Theft Auto 4 fucking sucks balls, I kind of convinced myself, along with everyone else, that it was okay back in the day. But if you go back and try to play that fucking game, my favorite description is that every car feels like there's another car strapped to the roof. It's the opposite of fun. It's like simulation, kind of like, I guess, Red Dead 2, but not in a good way. Red Dead 2, it's kind of neat that it is that way. Grand Theft Auto 4, I think they just didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They just wanted the graphics to be better, and they accidentally ruined the game while they did that. Yeah, I know, you don't think that. Controversial opinion. Go back and play it, bitch. Go back and play Grand Theft Auto 4. Good fucking luck. I dare you to have fun. Game fucking sucks. But anyway, Saints Row 3, though, that brought back the fun. Brought back the fun in an open world game and was like extra ridiculous and like beating people to death with big dildos and stuff. And then Saints Row 4 was kind of weird because it was a bit uninspired. If I remember right, it was basically the same map as 3, but they added in this VR stuff and you were functionally a superhero. It definitely felt like a half step, but in hindsight, it was the last hurrah of Saints Row, because then they did the weird little get out of hell thing, and then they tried to reboot it years later, and just amazing how fast, I guess, humor changed, because their idea of what was funny was now incredibly unfunny and miserable. And I believe that company is gone now. That's how bad things went for that franchise. But in the Saints Row 4 days, things were still just fun and offensive and lighthearted and cool. And particularly in that game, because you were a VR superhero, you could run up the side of buildings and then just glide from building to building. And I used to love doing that while I listened to the radio in that game. And especially this one song, All My Life, featuring Jana Nyberg by Gigamesh is the band. And I went and looked up Gigamesh after I became obsessed with this song, and they're not bad, they're okay. This kind of like house style dance music is not normally my thing, but this band's pretty good. But this song is the one, All My Life. I love this song. And I learned it from Saints Row, but then if you go on YouTube, somebody made, I don't know if it's I think it is the official video, but it's just clips from, what was that fucking movie? Logan's Run. But Logan's Run, not a good movie, but it has a lot of cool visuals because it's a 70s pre-Star Wars weird ass sci-fi movie. So basically, I prefer watching this video to actually watching Logan's Run because you just get the whole thing in a 4-minute burst. You get all the cool parts with all the dorky, low-quality robots cut out, and you get to listen to this rad song. So optimally, you want to play Saints Row 4 and listen to this song while you sail through the air. But failing that, the YouTube video with Logan's Run footage is also very awesome. And yeah, just a chill song, man. Just a chill fucking, chill beat. Chill beat to run up the side of buildings to. Oh yeah, I meant to say, I forgot because I was distracted by walking up to the edge of a waterfall and falling down. But I meant to apologize to Shorty and the Easy Mouse. I misremembered the lyrics. It is, I'm never changing, forever the same. Of course it is. Why would it just be two different things? What hubris I have to question Bust a Groove. Get the fuck out of here, idiot. You don't know the words. So all is right in the world. That song, turns out it is the perfect song. So next up, speaking of Grand Theft Auto land, so yeah, I do think Grand Theft Auto righted the ship a lot with GTA 5, just, you know, making things fun again. Let me talk about that briefly though, is yeah, like I was surprised when I went back to GTA 4 and it's just like you can't even drive properly. You have to just watch the mini-map all the time and you just spend half the game watching a mini-map and you have to drive, like, it was so weird. I think it was because they now had triggers on controllers. They didn't used to have those. It used to be just press X and you drive. So you would naturally drive at a speed that worked out. Where now that you had these triggers that were kind of like pedals, if you put the pedal to the metal, you just spun out and you couldn't make turns and stuff. It was an interesting idea that, you know, you've got to drive, you got to press the pedal down part way, like in real life. But like in real life and Grand Theft Auto, they don't go together well. And that's what we learned from Grand Theft Auto 4. 5, you know, just shit like if your car's upside down, you can just rock it back onto its fucking wheels. You know, they just cut out a lot of the bullshit. But before 5 came out, because I was so downtrodden by 4, I was like, let me go back to 3. What if I went back and tried to play Grand Theft Auto 3? How would that go? And it's really tough at first. Really tough. Like, it's just so hard to go back to that style of graphics and what felt like a vibrant, living city. Nowadays, it's like, wow, you can really see the seams on this fucking bad boy. But what I thought was cool is if you just hard-headedly bang your head against Grand Theft Auto 3 for about 2 hours, it's like your brain travels back in time to the year 2001, and you just forget what video games are like now, and you're like, well, this is the video game I'm playing, and it's just how it is. And yeah, I played through Grand Theft Auto 3 most of the way, and had a great time, but it's a little tough. You do have to fight to get back into that mindset. But anyway, in that interim point before GTA 5, the kings of fun GTA clones were Saints Row and Sleeping Dogs. I was shocked by how much I liked Sleeping Dogs. I was addicted to that game. I was obsessed. Even after I finished the game, I just went around finishing up little stuff on the map for several more hours, just wishing there was more stuff to do. And that was a sad case where that game had a weird development anyway. It was like a true crime game that got spin off into its own thing. And then they never made a normal sequel. They tried to make some kind of weird MMO online sequel. And then, yeah, that shuttered the whole project. But there was so much stuff in Sleeping Dogs. It was just cool in general. Cool vibe, cool story, melodramatic but in a good way, you know? Like, just really cool. I like that game a lot. And it just brought back those memories of like, oh yeah, you remember like San Andreas when this shit was fun? like in Sleeping Dogs, there's these arrows on the road telling you where to turn, so you don't have to stare at a mini-map. And it's like, awesome. And the car physics is just super fun and cool. And there's like slow motion Max Payne shit when you vault over something. And you could leap from your fucking car onto the roof of the car next to you and pull the guy out and steal his car. You could just do wild shit. But it was a quite low budget thing. So I guess what they did for the music, if I understand right, is they got different record labels involved. So the radio stations were like a sampler from various record labels. And it led to tons of music I never heard before, tons of bands I'd never heard before, but like awesome, such awesome stuff. As an overall, like you can just turn on the radio and just jam to whatever's on it, Sleeping Dogs, I think, is my favorite game, which is weird because if I put on the playlist, I'm like, wow, I actually only like, 4 or 5 of these songs to like listen to by themselves. But while you're playing the game, it just seemed to fit so well. And it just kind of felt like you were actually listening to like cool underground radio. It was awesome. But again, my favorite song, not close. It was called Soft Room, and I don't have the band name written down, but I'm quite sure it was Lorn, Lorn. And the sun is almost all the way down. I didn't mention that, I suppose. I'm not just an idiot who trips over everything. When I was in those woods going toward the top of the waterfall, it was pretty dark in those woods. Hence all my tripping. Because I'm pretty sure too, if I remember right, deep in my memory banks, I think that All My Life song, the Gigamesh song, maybe was also in GTA 5. I remember it showed up in some other game also, but Saints Row was the one who had it first, so I give the credit to Saints Row, and that's where I played it. Anyway, the music in Sleeping Dogs, very fucking cool. Particularly Ninja Tune Radio. That was my favorite radio station. And this song, Soft Room, it's just this weird, chill, cool song. And just as you're driving around being a weird, cool, chill guy, because you're like an undercover cop in Hong Kong. Hong Kong, this is Hong Kong. And it's just like the coolest stuff. I remember there was a scene toward the end of that game where I don't specifically remember all the plot stuff anymore. Again, it was mega melodrama, but in a cool way, where I think it was like your friend gets killed or something, and you get into your car and it plays this remix of one of the songs, but along with it is voiceover of just all the stuff that's happened to you throughout the game. And in my memory, it's raining. I don't know, but you're just driving and you're just like, hey man, why didn't you tell me you were in Hong Kong? Hey, I'll take you to the triads. I'll show you how it all works. Hey, don't worry about me, man. I'll be all right. All the memories of your friend, and you're just like, fuck, man, no. Bang in the fucking, your character's not actually doing anything. He's just driving normal. But you imagine he's like banging on the steering wheel. Fuck, man, fuck. Goddamn, what am I going to do? Every hero's a little bitch when the shit hits the fan. When the shit first hits the fan. Then you be ready after that. But it's that little moment. He's just by himself in the car. No one can see that he's losing his shit. All the memories of the past. I fucking love Sleeping Dogs. What a fucking awesome game, man. It's such a bummer that they never made a Sleeping Dogs 2. Fucking online games, man. I mean, I can't even blame the developers, because Grand Theft Auto itself is a perfect example. They make one-player Grand Theft Auto shit now as like a fucking favor. There's no point to it. There's no reason. That's not what makes the money. But one-player games are the shit. All right, I'm into the city now. Traffic time. Let's listen to Soft Room by Lorn. And then when I get some internet, I'll confirm that that is in fact the fucking name of this song. All right, standing outside the KFC using KFC internet, and it looks like I was right. Soft Room is by Lorn, Lorn, awesome song. And it does look like the Gigamesh song was in GTA 5 as well. So yeah, there you go. A fine fucking tune, English. Probably it's better known from GTA 5, I don't know. But real good song. So let's wrap this up. I was thinking about playing Want You Gone from Portal 2, just because the song at the end of Portal 1 is so famous, and deservedly so. It's a really good song and perfect for that end of that game. But I really felt like the song from Portal 2 got really ignored, just overshadowed by how super famous the song from Portal 1 was. But I just listened back to it and I'm like, but you know, be that as it may, I don't need to give out pity awards here. It's not that great, but it's still a good song. Instead, I just want to finish with Mega Ran. This doesn't even really fit with what I was saying, because this is just a rap song done over the beat to a Mega Man 2 track, I believe. Doesn't really fit with what I was talking about, but I just want to end with it because it's so fucking good. Just Mega Ran rapping about how he doesn't want to grow up. It's called Grow Up by Random/Mega Ran. And yeah, man, the music from Mega Man, for me, Mega Man 2 and 3 stand out the most, but I mean 1 as well. 1, 2, and 3, I mean, that's just like some of that all-time classic Nintendo music that should be in a fucking museum. It's so good. And it's just a sweet song, so let's end with that. And in the spirit of I just don't want to grow up, I'm gonna go, you know, I never did this in Japan. In Japan, I wouldn't go to KFC. I actually did eat a lot of cool Japanese food while I was there. But I mean, I'll level with you, I'm just having a harder time in South Korea. The food is difficult, man. Fuck it, I'm going to KFC. Mega Ran would understand, he's a big fat bastard. All right, no offense, Mega Ran. All right, thank you for listening. Next episode will be another chapter of the Last of Us audiobook. Thanks so much for sticking with this weird-ass project, and I'll see you then.
Just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. Okay. I was a youngin', maybe 7 or 8, when I was up late playing games 4 hours straight. Babysitter on the couch trying to get a freak on. I'm passing level after level thinking I'ma be Pong. But little did I know they didn't have any endings. Every couple of levels I would go back to the beginning. Hard lesson to learn, but I recovered fine. Couldn't beat Pitfall and got tired of trying. But when the NES came around, I had to get down. If you ain't have it on the block, then you was bound to get clown. My game was Super Mario, I played it to death. First to get 100 men kicking turtles on the step. Learned that from Game Pro, but it's a shame though. Nowadays video games ain't the same, bro. Too complicated and they ain't worth the price. You know something, they a lot like life, and that's why I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. Follow me here. Say I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Say I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I know you are, but what am I? 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 I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. You know what? I beat every game in front of me. My peoples wanted none of me. Ran skills in video games, they couldn't front on me. Mom knew how to punish me. Take away the cords till I thought they used the AC adapter from my keyboard. That's when I knew that it was something amazing. My boys would get in trouble, I was cool cause I stayed in. Latchkey kid, home alone like Macaulay. And 20 years later hosting Halo parties. Cause I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to.
intelligence, it never went out of style. Keep reading them books, though. But, lose the suspenders and the pocket protector. Mega Ran signing off.